before when the fucking alcohol was banned. That was just interesting.
Shit, yeah. Alright, so you guys are in the middle of the convo. Me and Ted's gonna finish this convo. Hold on a sec. What up? Tune in. We're with the 5-star audience. And right now we're talking about speakeasies. And that stuff is wild. I'm gonna give you guys a little flashback, a little rewind, right? I'm bringing out the brotherhood to come out, spit game, talk to ladies, go up to girls at the Hard Rock. I show the boys where a speakeasy is at. I'll tell y'all boys what a speakeasy is right now if you don't know. And you were saying this now?
Yeah. So we have to fucking speakeasy. That's the first time at the Hard Rock I heard of a speakeasy. And I'm like, what the fuck is a speakeasy? Like, I get it. It's a place you go drink and fucking. This is just a complete side note. Different from what we're gonna talk about on the show. But yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is a speakeasy? So the whole concept is during the Prohibition era from 1920 to 1933, the sale and trade of alcohol was banned. So in order to go to a bar or get something to drink, you'd go to what they would call a speakeasy. It'd be like a low-key private bar that's illegal, nobody really knows about. That's why now when you see a speakeasy and it's kind of like in a ducked off area, you need like some places they have speakeasies to where you have to put in like a passcode to get inside. It's like a hidden area. The whole concept is from the Prohibition era when alcohol was banned. So now when you hear about like a speakeasy, that's where it comes from. So it's legal now, but before, think of the places that are speakeasies now, they were illegal before because we weren't supposed to be fucking buying or selling alcohol. So they do it in private. So that's where the whole concept comes from with the speakeasy. It's from the Prohibition era when alcohol was banned.
Which is crazy because I did not know any of that stuff. And I'll give you guys a little backstory, a little game on Chris from like back in the day and how I even found out about speakeasies, right? As you can imagine, I was pretty popular in high school. And that was a good thing in terms of the way that we want this podcast to be for you guys. I want you to have an organic experience. I want you to level up your network. I want you to be popular with the dudes, popular with the ladies, and I want you to leverage that into your career life, your dating life, and into being a gentleman overall here at 5-star. Now, when I was in high school, I was kind of like that go-to guy, and in return, a lot of ladies would invite me to places, and that's really dope, because as you can imagine, as like time goes on and you start getting into college and stuff, I still have that whole vibe to me, that whole je ne sais quoi, that whole energy, right? So, I am a guy to the core, right? Like I'm out there with the bros, I'm playing football or basketball or just having fun, lifting weights. I'm a dude doing dude shit. And if it wasn't for, like I said, that popularity, I wouldn't know what's going on in the world, right? If it wasn't for like me networking with people and talking to them, I wouldn't be getting these invites, right? So I'm getting invited like to parties here and there, and it's like, you know, what's going on this weekend type of vibe, or what's like more, like what's going on in the weekend is cool, but like when it gets a little bit more private than that, what's going on Wednesday, we're having XYZ happen. And then in that same frame of mind, girls, bro, I found out about speakeasies through women. And how did I find out about speakeasies through women? Because women live a much different life than you men, right? Women get to go into doors that you have never been in. Women get to go and be in rooms that you've never seen. Women get to go hang out with celebrities that you never ever will get a chance to hang out with just by virtue of being a woman. And in my life, in my dating life, girls were like, yo, you gotta try a speakeasy. And like, you can imagine young Chris is like, what the frizzy France is that? We're censored. I'm sorry guys, we're censored right now. What is a speakeasy? So as I found out what a speakeasy is and I started like understanding how to bring that into the dating game, when I'm out here and I find speakeasy, I'm trying to put on my boys, you know, DJ Matchmaker out here, like, listen, I want you guys to go grab a girl, cold approach her, take her on a date, take her to this romantic bar, have yourself a romantic time, and then my dog Tez, bro, what you just told me, I have never heard in my life. I did not know it came from the Prohibition era.
Yeah, bro, that's fucking crazy. Because the first time I heard of the word speakeasy, I'm like, there's something like more. I didn't know how to like, just why. I'm just like, speakeasy, like what the fuck is this? Like this, what is it? Like, and then I had that, and then there's a speakeasy out here in Fort Lauderdale somewhere, which is fucking cool as fuck. I'm not gonna give you guys a sauce yet. I gotta go there first. And I see that shit, and then I'm like, what the fuck is a speakeasy? And I look that shit up, and I'm like, okay, that's where it comes from, Prohibition era. But yeah, something always stuck to me, like, what the fuck is a speakeasy? Like, there's something more to this. So yeah, when I found that out, I'm like, oh shit, like that's interesting as fuck. Like that makes me fuck with speakeasies even more now. Like, Yeah. I'm in this ducked off area, private, low key, fucking. This isn't even supposed to be a thing, or that was the concept before, and that makes me just want. That makes me want to be there, just some exclusive shit.
So on the romance side of this dating stuff, definitely guys go check out speakeasies. Take your woman to a speakeasy. Meet a woman at a speakeasy, or invite a girl on a first date to a speakeasy. And I gotta be honest, man, just even what we were doing there, I had brought some girls there, had an amazing time, and it is an easy way to have an amazing time. So I want you guys to definitely get into that sauce. It is a nice way to set the mood and to set the tone and to kind of bring romance into your world. Now I'm gonna give you guys some quick sauce on a conversation that me and Tez were just having about Cyber Monday and Black Friday, right? Now, I'm not George Gammon, but shout out to George Gammon. He's a macroeconomist. I view myself in my own personal and private life like a macroeconomist, and it looks like the prices of things just don't want to make sense anymore. Inflation is taxation, and if you are experiencing inflation, which we all are, it's not because it needs to be that way, it's because you're being taxed by the government, and whoever sits at the helm of the top of the offices is the one implementing that, unfortunately. Now, I will say this based on what I've come to find in my own personal research. It seems that with Cyber Monday and Black Friday, that what we're experiencing is that capitalism is something that I've been raised to know and love. And capitalism is a way to say that, you're competitive against the other people in the game of the free market. So, I love to say that the free market dictates the millionaires, and that also overlaps with dating a lot. When a certain cough happened, everybody wanted toilet paper, so the market said, you know what, we want toilet paper so much, anyone who sells toilet paper is going to be a millionaire, because that's what we want. Give the people what they want, right? And capitalism is... In free market capitalism, you really get to be competitive and bring value to the marketplace, which is very closely related to your sexual market value or your market dating value when it comes to dating, right? Your S&B, your sexual market value in the competitive dating marketplace. And what we're experiencing right now is that it seems like with companies like, let's say, BlackRock, or companies that are at the height of capitalism, it looks like what we're seeing here now today is that we're experiencing the worst side of capitalism, in that the people at the very, very, very top, the people with the most money, are not looking to add value into your life. They're looking to make your life harder. For example, it would be as if for me to say a medical company doesn't make any money by healing you. I just saw this thing where Elon Musk was talking to Joe Rogan about how they make millions of dollars keeping homeless people homeless. Needle in the arm, on the street, keeping them away from these initiatives. Like, they create these initiatives to where they raise money to get people off the streets, and then they keep the money and keep people on the streets, and they make more money by keeping people on the streets. So creating this homelessness is by design, right? So, unfortunately, that also applies yet again to dating. There are applications like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble that do not make any money keeping you together or getting you connected with a woman or the love of your life. That service is a sham. It is a scam. Me and Tez, though, we have a lot of experience in the real world. We understand love. We understand dating. We understand women. We want you to get in a relationship. We want you to build your future. We want you to build your last name.
Definitely. And yeah, like we want to do that shit and fucking freaking when it comes to just money and critical thinking, it's like everyone's out to get your money, everyone's out to put you in a worse situation if they can be in a better one. It's like going to the doctor. A doctor's not going to make any money if they tell a fat person or they tell a person that's depressed, go to the gym. They have to prescribe you something in order to get money. So it's like you just have to be aware of these things and just be aware of it. And even with Tinder, bro, like they'll stop you from being able to match with the girl just so you can pay an extra for an extra week. That's just good. Like they do this shit on fucking purpose, bro. Like
don't pay for what's for free.
You're right, yeah, bro. So it's like you just gotta be aware of those things, and that's a whole nother story. And we'll talk about that, but yeah. Like,
what does it cost to do that? What it was like $14?
Something like that a week or something like that. It's like $7 a week depending on the app. But It's like they'll show you that a girl matched with you, but then if you like keep swiping, they won't ever show that girl. So you have to pay. Do you know how many dudes are just like gonna pay because they're like, fuck,
based on her beauty?
Yeah, and it's like it's almost there. I'm almost gonna get some sex, but they just
look. In the process of gaining attraction, let's say that you do get to the girl, my guys, please save that $14 to do something that creates an experience. I would much rather you buy a milkshake, put 2 straws in it, and have a romantic moment and share that with the girl, rather than spend $14 on a dating app trying to get a girl. Listen, I know that that's reality to you. It is not reality for me at all. Till this day, I still haven't used, and refuse to use, and will not use dating apps because I can see right through it, and I've always been able to see right through it for what it is, and it will not help you. I have heard that some people have met online. Shout out to you, shout out to the game. It is what it is. But in reality, we're giving you the sauce, and we're letting you guys know that is I can't even curse. That's garbage. Don't do it. Right? So, that being said, I'm just gonna let you say what you gotta say, and then I'm hitting it to Billy.
No, yeah, I was gonna say with that, I mean, it's okay. Like I have dating apps. It's okay to source girls and do that. But if your profile's trash, it's very trash, then you're wasting your time. But I get it too if you pay for it, because then it's like you rather save time and just know who the fuck you met. I get it. I'm not saying like pay for it, but I'm like I'd rather save. I mean, if you save time and just pay for it rather than just swiping all day, just waiting for the match. Like you might be swiping for 30 minutes, an hour, when you could just pay the fucking $14 and just see who the fuck you match with. But don't be paying for that shit, but or for that stuff.
Yeah, I think we might need to switch us off to TikTok Studio. You might need to switch us over to Rumble.
We're good. We're good.
Make it.
We're good. We're good for now. Let's go. We're keeping it PG.
All right. So for today's episode, me and Tez actually have lined up a couple videos for you guys today, and we are gonna play that for you on the screen here. So if you are listening to us on audio, shout out to you. You are a real trooper. If you're watching this on YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, any of the places that we're live streaming right now on the 5-star live stream, make sure that you guys get a chance to get the visual here, because we're gonna play some videos for you. Producer Billy, are you able to allow us on the screen to see video number 1? Because whether you are or not, I do have the visual over here. Go ahead, let me know, and then let me know when you're playing video number 1.
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
No.
What do you mean no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
All right, so this makes me want to curse somebody out. But can you handle that, or do we need to switch over to Rumble? Because I don't mind, bro. I don't mind going off on that video.
Bro, we good. Let's practice some restraint here.
Oh God. Okay, you go first, bro. I'm trying to restrain right now. I'm trying to restrain right now.
Yeah, bro, that's true. I mean, a girl having sex with a lot of guys is not the same as a guy having sex with a lot of girls. It's like they're being penetrated and we're not. It's like the girl keeps the guy's energy after they have sex, so she's more affected by it than the guy is. It's like, what do they say? Like after 5 partners with the girl, she's less likely to have a long-term relationship or a marriage with the guy, because her pair bonding is damaged. So it's true. So it's like if you meet a girl that's a virgin or had sex with one guy versus a girl who's had sex with 30 guys, the girl that's had sex with one guy is more likely to stay with you because her pair bonding is still strong, because she's not used to just having detached sex. So that's the reason why not having a hoe is a good thing, is because when you're with the hoe, she's used to detaching from sex. When you're with the female that's promiscuous, she's used to detaching from her emotions and just having sex. Now she's operating like a man, which is not okay for women, because men can have sex without their emotions being involved. Women need emotions to have sex. So the moment she's like, when you hear girls say, I don't need to care about him emotionally, I could still have sex with him. That's because she suppressed her emotions so much whether she just went through a bad breakup or someone pissed her off to where she just started to not care about her emotion and she started to have detached sex, that is a bad thing for a woman, because you want your woman to be attached to you when you have sex with them, and if she's able to just detach from sex, that's a sign she has been promiscuous in the past, and you want to be wary of that.
Yeah, producer Julie, thank you for playing that video, and now I am about to break that stuff down, because you know I can't stand this more than anything in life. This is every guy has a different tolerance level when it comes to the sexual history of a woman. For me in particular, this is this is my least favorite thing on earth, bro. I dislike this, right? So let me kind of break things down for you guys out here in the world of the sexual market value or sexual dating market or the SMV of what it takes to really understand what you're dealing with, when you're dealing with women and their body count. Now the girl in the video that's talking, she completely understands it. She's awoken to understanding what she's saying. Does she understand that in reality? Does she carry it out? I don't know. I don't even know who that person is, but I've seen a couple of those clips before, and I'll probably get a chance to check it out going forward, doing a little research. Now, when a woman is a virgin, as I've spoken to you guys about purity on the show before, this is a vow. She's coming, I'm going to break it all the way down. When a woman is being walked down the aisle and she wears a white dress, this is when she is at her highest value, between the ages of 18 and 24. If she is a virgin after that, it does not matter. There's something wrong with her. We do not care. There's only this special window period in time. 18 and 24, this is where you can, as a woman, decide what kind of man that you want to be with. And that man, if you're living a good life, should be chosen for you by your father or your family or the men in your life. And if you're blessed enough to have that experience, you're going to have a bunch of men vetting who's going to take care of you the best. And having these men take care of you the best is going to give you the best life that you can possibly achieve for you to have children and for you to have stability. And that's really the two ingredients that you need to have an amazing life. And I'm sure as far as the romance and the chemistry is involved, getting your family involved in that way, they'll pick someone for you very well. Now, let's talk about what we were just saying, the pair bonding, right? Imagine that a woman has had sex with 5 guys. This is where things start getting very uneven and very unfair very fast for you guys in the sexual dating market. You see, we live in this world where traditionally, on the television, they make you think that a girl's supposed to be all high and mighty in her sexuality and you're supposed to bow down to her. And she's supposed to get all upset and angry if you're having sex with other women and all this BS, right? And a woman cannot command monogamy from a man unless she herself is traditional. And if she is traditional, she's a virgin between the ages of 18 and 24, and her parents and her family paired her up with a monogamous man. But in and of a woman's own sexuality, she does not choose monogamy from men. Her actions don't show that she wants monogamy. Women's actions show that they want men who are at the top of the sexual dating market. So they line up and they compete, and they don't like to admit that they're competing, but they all compete for the same top men. All women are attracted to the same top men. Now, when a woman starts having sex promiscuously without the restraints, because female sexuality is supposed to be restrained, she starts to lose what is special for her, and she starts to lose the beauty that there is in life to keep her a garden for a man's seed, to keep her pure, to keep her in the vows that naturally come with being a woman. So if a woman now goes and she has sex with 5 men before she's in a date with you, where she sits down and she gets to know you, she's just had sex. How many dudes in a basketball team? 5?
On the court 5. Yeah.
On the court, 5, right? This girl just had sex with an entire basketball team. And then she's gonna sit down with you and demand monogamy and all of your attention and half your money and a wedding ring, and she just got ran through by a basketball team worth of men. So let's go a little further. Let's say she's had sex with 12 dudes. Is that a football team? 11, 12?
Probably 15, yeah, something like that, 12 years.
In that area,
on
right?
the field, on the field. So teams like 100 players.
Now the girl that you have could be a girl that has had sex with the entire fucking football team. So imagine how a man feels. Do you like the idea of giving all of your relationship attention in terms of a committed marriage to a girl who's had sex with an entire football team and bringing the United States government into your fucking life to make sure that when she leaves you for the fact that she can't pair bond anymore, that not only do you not get the sanctity and vows and the traditionalism that you were seeking in your hardwiring, but you also get the United States government to take half of your money while all these dudes are laughing at you posting pictures of something that you paid full price for while they got it for free? Is that fair?
Bro, fuck it being fair. Like, yeah, it's not. It's definitely not. But it's fuck no, I'm not okay. Like, yeah, that is like, yeah, bro. No.
It kills. It kills you on the inside, doesn't it? It absolutely destroys. It destroys. Female sexuality is a building block of society. Now let's say she's had sex with 20 men, 30 men, 40 men, 50 men. You gotta understand, gentlemen, at this point, the woman that you're dealing with has lost something. And the only value that can ever be assigned to a woman is the value that you assign to her. Now, I'm going to fast forward you into reality. In reality, it doesn't matter if you go to America, Colombia, China, Taiwan, Mexico, France, there is a huge chance that you are not going to get yourself a virgin woman. This is something we all share, unfortunately. And in doing this, you have to understand that we are giving you the parameters by which to date a woman and vet a woman and see what woman is worthy of bringing into your life. The woman must be clinging. That is a non-negotiable. If she does not cling to you and your every need and your every want and every desire and every emotion, then she is not someone that's worthy of an ounce of your relationship time. If you're in the scenario and she's not clinging to you, get rid of her immediately. She's worthless to you.
She's a hoe. If she's not clingy, she's a hoe. Like, that's it. If you fuck a girl one time, a couple times, and she's not clinging to you, either you just fucking suck at sex, you suck at sex, or she's just a promiscuous woman. Because a good sign that a girl is, and I'm gonna get right back to you, a good sign that a girl is not promiscuous is that if she's clingy, because she still has that pair bonding with her. So yeah.
Very good. Billy, take us out of TikTok studio. Tab us out of that. We're gonna lose that. Tab us out of that. Go to Rumble and then take us out of TikTok, and then just YouTube and Rumble should be good.
That's on me. My fault. TikTok's fucking gay. But we'll be back on it another
yeah, we'll be there. We'll be back, guys. We'll be back. Alright, so now it's just the other platforms? Alright, so yeah. Man, I want to do Rumble only so bad. I'm holding back what I want to say for you guys, and I'm being so articulate for you. Okay, so now you gotta understand. A woman's value can only be determined by you. A man is a king maker, and a woman can only be made into what you make her. If she's at the level of a pawn on your chessboard, that's because that's where she needs to be right now. If she's at the level of a bishop, a knight, a rook, a queen, that is assigned by you, assuming that you are a king. And what that means in this chessboard is that all your ducks in a row, all your life is aligned, you got your money, muscles, game, status, everything is on point. You're making yourself into a multimillionaire every day. You are on a path. You are the train. You are a locomotive. Like I tell you guys all the time, Chris train, Chris tracks, Chris destination. You got to be like that. You know, Tez tracks, Tez destination. You have to be this locomotive. You got to be Superman. Another thing I'll just throw in there. Remember, once you become Superman and you do get any girl, she's gonna try to change you into Clark Kent. She's gonna try. She's gonna nag. She's gonna beg. She's gonna test your frame. Reject all that constantly. So back to the body count thing, right? Billy, play video 1 again. Let's listen to this lady.
Not. We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
All right, go ahead and tab that off. Yeah, no, it is a sport. It's 100% a sport. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, and it's like if you stab someone with a knife, you could wash the knife off and take the blood off and it's back to normal, but that person's insides could get contaminated by whatever's on the knife and they may not ever be the same again in life if the wrong bacteria was on that knife. So it's the same situation, of course not as violent, hopefully, you crazy freakers out there doing some crazy shit, but yeah, but it's like the similar situation. You put in your penis in a girl is not the same as you don't have the same effect as her vagina after you guys have sex because she has your semen in her or whatever.
Now I can tell you guys from my own personal experience, from having sex with many women, every once in a while you'll have sex with a girl and she has a bad spirit or a bad soul, and it's like absorbed into you. And you have to deal with that, and you have to like get it out of you and stuff, right? For that to happen to a woman, there's something impure about her past experiences, and now you're dealing with it, and it's not right. It is wrong. It shows you the power of sex in and of itself, you know? Sex is not something that is just mechanical the deeper you get into it. It's something that's very spiritual, and that's because God and spirituality is real. And you need to understand that when you're taking a woman into your life, that her past sexual experiences can absolutely destroy what you are building. Now, when we play that video clip right there, what I can't stand the most is when that girl was talking to the other girl, the hesitation on the other girl, like, no, what do you mean? It is the same. Men and women are the same. We can both have sex the same. And for that girl, there's a lot of names that I want to call you, but I can't call you those names right now because I'm on a PG show, but you are a 304. Not only are you a 304, you're a disgusting 304. Not only are you a disgusting 304, but your brain is washed by the agenda. You are a victim of the feminist agenda, and you don't realize that you're promoting your own victimhood by being in the world and having sex with men like men. You are worthless. You are beyond worthless. You are so worthless that there is no man who respects himself that will ever date you. And that is because the deeper that we get into a woman's sexuality, the more sex that she has had with men before, the less valuable that she is. And this is something society knows. This is something that society reinforces. This is something that society shows you in reality. But with words, with talking about it, people don't like to talk about it anymore. Which is why I emphasize on the show the fact that you need to judge women. And that's really something I want all of you to do. I want women judging women, and I want men judging women with absolute brutal societal standards. And then I want you shaming women. You have to understand that there was a time where if a woman was sexually promiscuous, they would put an A on her dress to let people know that she was a 304, or they would, they would shame women. And this leads to a story that actually breaks my heart, because there was no shaming and judgment for a particular woman that I am aware of in this story I'm about to give you guys, right? So out here in Florida, you'll see that as you're broken off into neighborhoods, a lot of the neighborhoods in Florida go rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor. It's just like a fact about Florida. And I was familiar with a woman who lived in a trailer park, and this woman, she, for whatever reason, and it is a heartbreaking story, she didn't have any male protection. She didn't have a brother, she didn't have a father, she didn't have a cousin, she didn't have any men in her life. She was just a girl who had a trailer, right? And by the time that I had actually seen her, she was pregnant with a new man's baby. And at this time, she had already had like 3 or 4 different kids by 3 or 4 different men. So you're seeing a woman that's constantly being taken advantage of by men. And you gotta understand, gentlemen, that in this particular scenario, this woman had no one to protect her. And because she had no one to protect her, she was being promiscuous with really, really bad men. Men that did not care for her, men that did not see a future with her, men that saw nothing but someone that they can have sex with, take advantage of, and then throw away. And that's exactly what they did. And she had, at the time that I had known of her, just ended up as somebody that had a bunch of different kids by a bunch of different men. And you could also tell by looking at her that she had her mentality wasn't all there. You could just tell, in the way that if you were to speak to a Harvard graduate, they're very sharp with their words. In this regard, this person was exactly the opposite. Very screwed over by life to the point where her being taken advantage of like this was bad for society. It showed that sex was being used in a bad way. It showed that promiscuity destroys lives. And it shows that a whole entire, almost damn near generation of children, which is her kids, it shows that her kids are going to go off into a life with no structure. So she essentially is creating 4 or 5 different kids with no ability to raise them into the right way. And for that alone, that indiscriminate waste of sex is going to make society a worse place for those children. This is the antithesis of what 5-star stands for. We want you guys to build strong last names. We want you to build strong homes. We want you to be strong in your sexuality. We want women to have purity. We want men to have experience. We want you guys to understand what it is to build a strong and a dynamic life. And you can only do that with vetting yourself, making sure that you're a strong man, making sure that you deserve to be in a relationship, making sure you even sure you're worth the time to date a woman. And if you do check that prerequisite, by the time that you do get a girl, you have to vet her and make sure that this woman is worth bringing into your life. You have to understand that no matter what she says, no matter what she does, no matter what she thinks, it doesn't matter at all. It is only up to you to determine the future for you and the women in your life and the children in your life thus far.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fire. And that's why it's important to date women that have a strong father figure in their life to show them what love is, how they should be loved, and to respect themselves. Because a girl like Chris was mentioning in that story, it's not so that the men were taking advantage of her, it's that she didn't understand her value, and she thought of herself less than what she actually was, because she didn't have a man to show her how to feel good about herself or show her how she should be treated. So if you're a guy out there and you're dating a girl who comes from a broken home, she could be a great girl, she might have her head on straight, but a lot of times if she comes from a broken home and doesn't have a father figure, she's not going to value herself as much, and she's going to look for that validation in men, which a lot of times cause them to be more promiscuous in the future. So just be aware of that. Look at your girl. Know, does she come from a good family? Does her dad love her? Does her dad show her how she should be loved? And she should be looking at you as like an example or as another kind of figure, like her dad treated her. Like he kind of reminds me of my dad in a sense, because she knows that you're treating her well because that's how her dad treated her. So just keep that in mind if you're a guy out there. If you're dating a girl and her dad's not in her life at all, she's more likely to be promiscuous. That's in my experience and what I've noticed just with dealing with the world and seeing it out here. And something as well, if you're a guy out there who believes that a woman having sex with a lot of guys is the same as a man having sex with a lot of guys, that's not right at all. You're completely wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not just going to say you're wrong and not give you any reason behind it. So, women talk to men for survival. Along 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, we have to always bring it back to the beginning of time. Women needed men to survive. So if a woman sees a guy talking to a lot of girls, she knows off rip that these girls are only talking to this man because he brings something to the table. He's adding value, because a woman is not going to deal with a man that's not adding any value. So the reason why you having sex with a lot of girls is different from a girl having sex with a lot of guys is because it makes you more attractive when you have sex with a lot of girls, because those girls are looking at you like, if this girl's messing with him, he has to be doing something right. So that's a good thing. So they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to come along, mess with him as well, because he's either protecting this girl, he's providing for this girl, he's doing something right. So that tells me I'm going to go mess with this guy. And since the beginning of the time, girls needed men to protect them and provide for them. So that's why a girl doesn't want a virgin, because if you're a virgin and no girl wants to have sex with you, chances are she's not going to bet her survival on you, because no other woman is already doing that. So if no other woman is betting their survival on you, saying that you're going to protect them or you're going to provide for them, why is she going to be the first one to do it? Because you might not be able to provide for her. You might not be able to protect her and her children. So you guys might die off, or she might get taken advantage of by another tribe. So that's why it's actually more attractive for you to have sex with a lot of girls, or girls to want you, because it's telling other women that this man brings value to the world and he's going to protect me. So that's why girls find it more attractive when you're around other girls or you get other girls. And now the reason why it's different when a girl has sex with a lot of guys, why it's not attractive to men. And I'm breaking this down for the guys, because there are a lot of guys out there who think if a guy can have sex with a lot of girls, a girl can have sex with a lot of guys. We're the same. Guys think this is well. I've heard you guys say this. I've had conversations with you guys, and this is for you guys out there. So the reason why it's not the same as a girl having sex with a lot of guys is because if a girl gets cummed in by 10 different guys in 10 different days, no one's going to know who the father is. So the bottom line is, the reason why you don't want a girl that's promiscuous and why it's not the same as a man being promiscuous is because if a girl gets cummed in by 10 or 20 guys within a month and she gets pregnant, who's the dad? 1,000 years ago, you couldn't take a paternity test. You couldn't get an abortion. So you had to for sure damn well guarantee that kid is yours by her being a virgin. So that's why it's not the same. We didn't have these modern day conveniences of birth control or abortions or all these kind of different ways of getting rid of the kid or doing these tests to find out who the father is. So that's why it is completely different when a girl has sex with a lot of guys versus a guy having sex with a lot of girls. We're completely different. Our mating strategies are completely different. Men or women deal with men for survival reasons. Can you provide for me? Can you protect me? Men simply deal with women for, can she have my kids? Can she have healthy kids? So we're dealing with each other for completely different reasons. That is why we are not the same, and it is completely different. So I just want to break that down for you guys on, if you're that guy who has that mindset of men and women are the same with everything, that is a biological reason of why we are completely different, and you would do yourself a disservice if you start to behave and you start thinking that it's okay to be with the girl who's had sex with 20, 30, 40 guys, because that's only going to hurt you in the long run. Because next thing you know, you're raising a kid that is not your kid, and you don't find out until that kid is 18 or 21. Now you want to off yourself because this girl lied to you because it benefited her, because you're going to take care of this kid that's not yours, but she knows the whole time, because why is she going to cut off her security that she's getting from you if she could just play along the whole time and act like that's your kid? That'd be stupid of her to do that, to say, I'm going to not take his resources anymore because this is not his kid. A lot of girls out there are a lot of women out there who are just going to go along with it and say, this is your kid, even though deep down she knows it's not, because she needs your provisioning, she needs that security, she needs that to bring in that money every month. So she's gonna string you along, and then you want to off yourself when you find out it's not your kid. But then you want to have this mindset of men and women are the same, when you could have just saved yourself by coming to reality and understanding that men and women are different, and stop lying to yourself or just believing these lies that society is telling you, because it will hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, it absolutely will. You're absolutely right. And a huge problem, before we move on to the next video here in a moment, is something that I was alluding to when me and Kez were doing pre-stream, which you can find at 5-Star Livestream at the YouTube channel, is that when a woman has had sex with men in the past, you are instantly dealing with respect and you're instantly dealing with comparison. You have to understand, as I've seen, I am actually the alpha imprint to some women's sexual life. You have to understand that if you're dealing with a woman in her past experiences, somewhere along this road she has an alpha imprint. And that means that there is a guy that she is comparing you to. That means that there is a sexual experience that is so outrageously raw that she can't help but thinking about it again later. So let's say that she's dating Jamarius, and Jamarius is putting the foot all up in her head, doggy style, pounding her out, killing her guts, spitting all over her, backhanding it, and she's aroused at an all-time high, and here you are being romantic, giving her flowers and doing some missionary. This is hard, guys. This is damn near the most disgusting F-bomb that you could ever deal with. Because also what's happening here is that there are probably things that she would do for Jamarius that she will not do for you. And now you're dealing with that BS, right? You have to understand that if you do not have a woman who's giving you blowjobs on demand, who's having sex with you at your request, who is literally at your beck and whim, clinging to you, there for your call and your call alone, who gives her attention to you and only you have nothing. You have to understand that if she won't do that for you, she was doing it for Jamarius. You feel me? If Jamarius was disrespecting her, giving her no attention, didn't want no damn relationship, and she wanted to explore what he was all about. And then by the time that you get into a relationship, and if you're soft, or you yourself are clingy, or you yourself are expressing low attraction mechanism triggers to the woman, you're gonna lose her interest, you're gonna lose her attention. And then in doing that, she's gonna slowly, like death by 1,000 paper cuts, slowly show you little signs of disrespect. Because sex is respect for men that comes from women, mother. So as she slowly, if you find this woman in your bed, in your life, slowly being less clingy, slowly disrespecting you, slowly backing up from your sexual needs, which is respect, slowly finding ways to spend more time on the phone and less time with you, you need to do the only thing that you can do, get that woman the F out of your life. Before I move on to the next video, which I'm going to explain here in a sec, what do you have to say about that, my boy?
Yeah, with that, and that is your fault. If your girl starts disrespecting you, or she starts to respect you less, you are doing something wrong. So keep that in mind. If you're a guy out there who hasn't had sex with a lot of women, or you think you're being morally on some high ground for being a virgin or having sex with one girl, that's great. That really is great. But your pool of women who are a virgin is so small that you have to be in a tight-knit community. You got to be going to church every Wednesday, or you be a part of a church or some kind of small group to where you can find a girl who's just like you on the right path. And there are communities out there. There are, if you went to a Christian school, or you have a community where you've been around people, you guys grew up together and you guys are just tight-knit, you go to the same church, you've been going to the same church for a while. It's never going to guarantee you success with a good virgin woman or a woman who's not promiscuous, but you're increasing your chances of that. So be aware, if you're a guy who thinks being a virgin is cool, and which no guy has to think that. I mean, this has to be a smart percentage of guys. But just keep in mind that your smaller woman that you're dealing with that's on the same level as you of not being promiscuous is really small. So in the world that we live in today, it's better to have more experience as a man, because that's only gonna help you in the long run. Because the last thing you want is to have no experience and then you come around the girl that's the girl of your dreams, she's everything you ever wanted, but you don't know how to behave in a way to be attractive and to keep that attraction long term with that girl. So a lot of guys, they might have a good girl, you have a good girl, but you don't know how to behave in an attractive way to where you keep her interested over a long course of time, and she starts to lose interest because you didn't have any experience to begin with in the first place. So now she's either leading the relationship or walking all over you, not respecting you. So keep that in mind. Get some experience, because we are not the same as women.
And then for the women, you're gonna have to do a lot of work with this sexual body count that you've accrued. And it's a lot of undoing your past. It's a lot of making it up to the man. In the sense that if you did doggy style with Jamarius, you're gonna have to do doggy style 10,000 different times with your new guy to offset it in his mind, So that's a whole podcast for a different day.
And that's another thing. It's like that's another thing. It's like you have to one up her past anything, like regardless. If she's had an abortion, or if she's not, like, I'm not gonna get too much into that, but like, you're gonna have to just one up that in order for your print to be bigger than the last dude's. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, if the girl might have like me a situation where she might have a kid or whatnot, like, you're gonna have to give her a kid in order to compete with fucking the last dude. That's how my view on it. So I don't know. It's that. It's like, what it is. Yeah.
It's that, and it's for the ladies. Your boy Chris is always here putting sauce out here for you ladies. You ladies need to listen. Your past is creating such a workload that you have to essentially make up to the man and undo by doing more for that man. You have to understand that for a man to accept you into his life, for him, see. This is the problem. The problem that women are having in the modern day is that women are creatures of no honor. Honor is a masculine trait. Let me give you guys a little sauce, right? Check this out. When you're dealing with women, it is often that if you, let's say, you save up your money and you take them out on a date or you buy them something, that moment for them is very fleeting. The date was very special to you, but it's just a fleeting moment for her because she's always been a woman her whole life, right? Or the thing that you bought her is very special to you, but it's just a fleeting item in her life because she can't care even though you want her to. She can't because she's in a mindset where people call her special her whole life. And she thinks that she's special. And every last single girl thinks that she's special. But I have news for you ladies. You're not. You're not special at all. There's nothing different about you in comparison to any other woman. All of you are the same. If I told Tez, hey Tez, guess what? You're not special. Guess what? I'm not special. You know what we'd say? We'd say, we know we're not special! But women think that they're special. But if a woman had honor, when you do something for her, when you get something for her, when you share something with her, when you create an experience for her, what you give her, she should be able to multiply back. You give her a little bit, she should be able to give more. You give her a little love, she should be able to give you a lot of love back. You give her a little happiness, she should give you a lot of happiness back. A little positivity, a lot of positivity back. Honor is something special, man. One time, I'll give you guys a real story here, real sauce. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but one time, I let Tez borrow a wire, and I don't know what happened to that wire, and then Tez bought me a new wire. And I've thought about that wire for like 10,000 hours on 10,000 different days, bro. There's been times where I've just been like, yo, my dog Tez got me that fucking wire. Bro, I think the wire's up in here somewhere, bro. It's a gray wire. And I remember that wire. That shit meant a lot to me because when Tez got me that wire, homie just came from pure honor, pure character, pure respect, pure reality. And I've thought about that fucking wire, and if anything happens to my wire, I will bust back. If y'all come from my wire, because that shit is important to me, because that shit came from honor up in this. I can't curse, but it came from honor. And this is the frame and the mentality by which men operate. This is the mentality that matters. And if women had honor, they would then come to you like, here's the sword, king. Please make me worthy of swinging it for you. Please, king, make me your queen. Please, king, I am coming to you seeking your wisdom, seeking your grace. I'm seeking my purity from you, king. And that's how women need to be in a fucking relationship with you. They have to be like this for it to have meaning. Because that's how you operate all the time. They get to live in delusion. You live in reality constantly. They get to live in a fluffy world of pink, rosy colored glasses, but reality reminds you you're a loser each and every damn day until you're a winner, boy. Know that.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna break this down as well, because I know a lot of guys out there, they're gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, I hate women, they don't have honor, or I just hate them. It's deeper than that. There's a reason for that. So women are only loyal to one thing, and that is their emotions. And that goes back to survival. How they feel, who they want to be with, who can protect them, who can provide for them. That's what they're loyal to. How they're loyal to how they feel in that moment. So you need to be the remote to her emotions. And when you have no experience, there's no way you can be the remote to her emotions, because you don't even know how to work the remote, because you don't have any experience. You never dealt with a TV before. So the reason why you need to have experience is because for her to be the most loyal or have the best outcome possible, you need to control her emotions, because she's only loyal to her emotions. The moment she stops loving you, she's gone out the door, and she's gonna find another dude. And that's because of survival. Women, they have to adapt to their emotions, because if their man dies or he gets killed or his head chopped off or whatever the case may be, she needs to adapt and get with the next guy quick, because if she doesn't, she may not be able to survive. Yes, it's not like that in 2025, but women are still hardwired like this, because 1,000 years ago, that's what they needed to do in order to survive. Because 1,000 years ago, they needed a man. If their man died off, they better find him the next man really quick, or else they're gonna get conquered by someone else who they don't want to be conquered by, or they're gonna starve because they can't go out there and hunt. So they need to find the next man quick, because their survival depended on it. So they're loyal to their emotions, and the moment they feel that you're not able to emotionally satisfy them, whether it's providing for them or they just feel like they don't feel secure around you, you lost her. She might still be sticking around, but she's searching for that next guy. They call it monkey branching. Like a lot of guys, your girl left you. She might have broke up with you on November 20th. She might have told you that, but really she broke up with you back in July, because she found Jamal and she was just waiting for the right time. Jamal's been sitting there in the corner, but she finally just cut it off with you, because she's like, okay, I can bet on Jamal. I'm gonna leave him. Now she finally left you, but she already had Jamal in her back pocket. And women are still monkey branching just like they did 1,000 years ago, even though their survival doesn't depend on it anymore. And that just tells you that they are hardwired to do this, because you cannot beat biology, because that's how they were made to survive. So this all goes back to women are loyal to their emotions for their survival. Because when you don't understand women, it's easy to hate them for who they're not. Like some guy's hearing this, like I said, and he's like, women, they have no honor, they're not like men, they don't keep their word. There's biological reasons for this that goes down to their survival. So it doesn't make them bad people, or it doesn't make them out to get men or anything. They're just doing what they have to do in order to survive. So I want to break that down for men out there, just so you understand them and you don't like hate them or have some kind of animosity because you think that they should be a certain way and they're not. Because it's really easy to be that guy if you don't understand them, or you're mad for some kind of reason, but you don't know the underlying factor for it. Because when you know the underlying factor, when you know it's for survival, then you can be like, damn, okay, I might not like it, I might not agree with it, it sucks, but I understand, I get it. And you can deal with them and operate with them in a way of you're still having a healthy relationship because you get them. And Rollo Tomasi says that in his book. Like, that's one of his rules is like, women, they'll never love you unconditionally, or they're not like your mom. Your mom's the only one that's gonna love you unconditionally. So you just gotta understand them so you can have a good relationship and not really have any animosity or hate them. And I'm just pulling it back a layer because I know how guys think, and I would think the same thing. And just so you understand them, you're like, when she does certain things, you're like, okay, I might not agree with it, but I do get it. So I'll go about it a certain way to where we can still make it work and it'll be good.
Yeah, and I just want to add to what Tez is saying here about Rollo Tomasi's book. Shout out to you, Rollo. Got a chance to meet you over there at the F&F studio. And the thing that I'll even go one step further than that example is that here in reality, I meet dudes' moms all the time who don't even love them unconditionally. The only thing that's ever going to love you unconditionally, in my opinion, is God. And that is a far cry difference between you and a woman. You see, a woman loves you based on conditions. It's not unconditional for most of you, unfortunately. And it never will be. A woman loves you under the condition that you can provide for her, that you can protect her, you pay for everything, you take care of everything. The least she has to think, the more happy she's going to be, right? And if you don't have these things and you think the woman's going to love you, well, let's test out this monogamy demand that you girls are asking for. You want monogamy? Go to the cashier at Walmart that no woman is interested in, and go get yourself some damn monogamy by lessening your standards the same way that we lessen our standards for you not being a virgin. Every single time. Yeah, you want to feel that pain? You want to go through it? You want to go do something that you're not initially attracted to but have to do to get what you want out of the situation? Go ahead. Go prove me wrong. Go love a man unconditionally.
Man. And it's interesting, a lot of guys, your mom will have you thinking you're bigger than what you actually are. Your mom's gonna praise you and like love you and think you're the greatest thing ever. And that's gonna hold you back from actually creating something in the real world because you already feel accomplished because your mom has given you this false sense of who you are or that you should be praised. So that's another thing as well. And that's one thing to keep in mind as well, because a lot of guys think that if they don't do anything, they don't become the best version of themselves, their girl is gonna still love them, their girl's gonna respect them to the fullest and treat them right. That's where you have it confused of thinking that this woman is like your mom. Your mom is the one who, where if you work at McDonald's or you don't have a job, you can go back home, live in the attic, and your mom's gonna still make you breakfast in the morning and bake you some cookies and milk at night. Your mom's still gonna do that for you, and your girl's not gonna do that. So a lot of guys, they have it confused of thinking women are like their mom. Like, I want her to love me like my mom. No. Like Chris said, she's only gonna love you under conditions that you provide for her and protect her, and that you protect her survival, and that she's able to live a good life. But as soon as those conditions aren't met, she's gonna feel insecure in that you're not the one, and she's gonna leave you. So stop thinking these women are like your mom, because they're not. Your mom is the only one that's gonna love you without you having to bring something to the table. And that's some people's moms. Some of us moms is, if you don't bring nothing to the table, she's gonna treat you like she's treating dudes that she's messing with like, nah, you're not my. She's gonna look at you like, yeah, you dirty, you gross, you're not my. She's gonna start to just shame you. You're not my son. I didn't raise you. You're my son. Some moms are like that, but a lot of moms are the other way of just, they're gonna love you either way it goes. We got another video.
Yeah, we got another video. Big fact. I'll give you guys a quick little fun fact too. In the Bible, it says that when a man comes of age, the mother is to submit to the son. This is pre-installed. This is a prerequisite. So she better raise a badass in order to exactly trade off and submit to the badass. God did not mess up. God did not do this wrong.
And that's funny because I watched a video like John Zerka saying to a girl like, when our son turns 18, he runs you. He runs. And I'm like, that's some real ass shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's facts.
It's real, but
yeah, it's straight out the Bible, bro.
But that's interesting because I didn't know it was out the Bible, but now that you said that, like, that's, because when I heard that, I'm like, that's some fire. Like, that's true. Like,
yeah. Straight up the good book. All right, baby girl. Go ahead and play video 2 for us, which is actually a bonus video that I put in there for you guys. The structure was originally 3, but we're giving you a 4th video. I'm gonna go ahead and let you see that here, Tez. Go ahead and play video number 2. Producer Billy!
Do I got the biggest dick you ever been with?
Why would you ask me this?
It's a yes or no.
Yes or no?
I don't know which way to go with this.
Yes or no.
Yes or no? Yeah, yes or no?
I don't even remember.
Damn. And you know, when I read the comments for that, bro, in the comments people were saying, damn, it would have been, that's worse than just saying no. What she said is worse than just saying no. So now homeboy has literally wifed up a girl, and he's in a situation where this girl has had sex with men with a larger number than he has. So every time that she has sex with him, he now has to carry the weight of her baggage immediately. He now needs to be compared to the sexual anatomy of another man immediately. Comparison is happening immediately. And he doesn't fit the bill for an experience that she's already had. Which is why I recently put out on Instagram that traveling is part of a woman's virginity. Tez, do you value a woman's experience with anything?
Come on now. No. I don't care about your...
Not only do we not care about your experiences, we don't fucking want them! We don't want your experiences! Shut up! If you have been in a Lamborghini, I'm telling you girls, if a guy picks you up in a Lamborghini, it's your first time in that Lamborghini. Don't say shit! You disgusting, disgusting vile creature. Every experience that you have had with a man before destroys the man that you're with. So let me give this to you ladies real quick. Let me give you the sauce. You are a blank slate. You are a virgin. You are a baby. You are inexperienced. And every experience that you are having is to be lived through your man. And if you are talking about anything other than that man and that man's future and what that man has built for you, you're an idiot. Because what you're talking about is a waste of his time. Now, in regards to this video clip that we just saw, for this dude, you know, he's in a really bad situation. He could have vetted this out before he took her seriously and decided whether or not he was going to assign value to her. But now it looks like, from the clip, it looks like he has a girlfriend who's just straight up out here taking dick from all the Jamals, bro. She was ran through by Jamal, bro. Before I get into this, we were kind of alluding to this, but tell me what you think about this, bro.
Are these people, are they supposed to be together, or do you know, or like...
The way that I understand it, they are currently together.
Okay. Well, I get it. This is like content they're streaming, they're making. I don't know if it's serious or not, but if you're a guy out there, do not ask girls these questions. Don't ask a girl if she's a virgin, and don't ask the girl if you have the biggest, like, don't ask this girl these questions. If you have the biggest dick that she's like had sex with, don't ask any of these questions to where you need to get her to qualify to you in any way. Like, you shouldn't need her to qualify. You're not like, you shouldn't ask her to be qualifying to you so you could feel better. If you're in this position of you being that guy, you already lost. You're not enough. If you're asking her, oh, is this the biggest that you've ever had? Have you been with a lot of guys? If you're asking these questions, it's over. No, the answer is just, it's not what you want it to be. She's gonna lie and tell you what you want to hear, and it's not it. So do not do these things. The answer to your questions, to these questions, is how she behaves around you and the way that she acts. So she's giving you these answers without you happen to ask them. So if you're around the girl and she's acting like she's very inexperienced, she doesn't know certain things, and she's very just quiet, submissive, and just her mannerisms are gonna give you the answers instead of you asking for them overtly. Because if you overtly ask her and you're being direct, she's just gonna lie to you. Women are social creatures. They know how to, they're better with communicating better than men. So they're gonna lie to you, tell you what you wanna hear, and that's just what it is. So anytime you're asking these questions, you're either, she's gonna be honest with you, which is rare. You're not gonna get the answer that you want. Or 9 times out of 10, she's gonna lie to you and tell you what you wanna hear, but deep down, you know she's lying to you, you know it's not true. So when it comes to these questions like that of asking her about her past or asking her about if your dick is the biggest or these questions like, have you ever been with a black guy, have you ever been with a white guy? You already know these answers just by how she behaves around you.
Yep.
So don't be that guy who's asking these questions because it's just not the right way to go about this. Just pick up on the nuances when you're around her, and that's gonna give you the answers that you need when it comes to dealing with women, and that's what it comes down to.
Now, in this video clip, that guy was connecting the girl to the lie detector and having a lie detector guy proctor the test. And I say, do the exact opposite, bro. Interrogate this girl. Be like, where were you on 1992, March 2nd? Where were you? Interrogate this girl until oblivion. No, I'm kidding, bro. Don't do any of that. I'm totally kidding. Don't do any of that. You should be able to, as a man, you should be able to command the value out of the woman. You know, it should be that, like, look, this girl's caught my eye. She's caught my interest. I want to take her in. Because I want to take her in. I want to have this good experience with her. Your frame should already be in a place where your frame is able to vet the woman. And that alone is a very strong skill set to have. Your ability to let the bullets bounce off you, man. You gotta be able to just have such a hardcore frame that the girl is gonna reveal her nature to you as to whether or not she wants to be with you. And then as she acquiesces to your frame, you'll see who she really is. Now girls are self-snitchers, we all know that. So you gotta understand, like for you ladies, let's talk to you ladies here for a second. The reason that you ladies don't necessarily go up to a guy and talk about your sexual experiences in the past overtly to the man that you're currently talking to romantically is because you know your past is disgusting and you're disgusting. So because you're disgusting, the only thing that you can do is sell him purity, right? And if you're gonna sell him purity, I would suggest that you get to doing that in the way that best acquiesces to that man. And get that man, you need to be like this cheerleader. You need to be fully on board with him, and you need to be fully on board with his plan. Chris Train, Chris Sharks, Chris Destination. You need to understand that you have to spend time renouncing your past in order to have this new future. And that is a gift from God if you ever go further than that. So that was like our little bonus video. I wanted to throw that in there for you guys, and I really liked how you broke that down to his quick commentary. The next one, video 3, which was video 2, but now it's video 3, is we're gonna watch these girls break down girl math. So as you see, we just segue and segue and segue this show flawlessly. Producer Billy, let's play video number 3.
Something else I want to say real quick about that video is if you're a guy out there who you feel like you need to take your girl on these crazy dates or these crazy trips, you need to do all this and you still feel like it's not enough, chances are that's the truth. You're right. It's not enough. She's had already crazy experiences. Go find a girl who hasn't had these experiences that will actually value and cherish those moments or things that you do for her because it's her first time or she hasn't experienced it before. Because there are guys out there who just feel like they're not enough for their girl. They need to do all this and that for their girl. As a man, you shouldn't be feeling that way. Either one, you just haven't become the best man that you should have become or you're not working on yourself. Or two, your girl just has a lot of experience and you're not able to live up to what she's had in the past. So if that's the case, then go find something else, a girl with less experience, or go work on yourself and level up. But a lot of guys, they're doing this and that, trying to overcompensate and do all this and thinking that they're not enough for the girl. That is true. She's had better than you in the past. So just either walk away or level up and figure it out. So if you're a guy who's feeling like it's just not enough, you don't deserve your girl, she's too good for you, whatever the case may be with that, it's true. The reason why you're feeling that way is because it's true. She's had better than you in the past, and you're just not that guy right now. So just go somewhere, get it together, or just find a girl with less experience that you can have those moments with and that she'll love and respect you. And and the best thing a girl can say is like, this is my first time. But in anything that a girl can ever say, whether it's going bowling or going to a different state, if she says this is my first time, that's really good. I was just thinking about that when you were talking. That's like one of the best things.
That's like that is like my I just busted from you. You know what I mean? Like you say that, or if she can just appreciate it. if she could be appreciative and just so happy and positive that you're there. You know what you were just saying, it really adds to the fact that you, as a man, are 100% the leader and she's 0% the leader. You are 100% control, she is 0% in control. You are 100% in charge, she's 0% in charge. You are all, she is nothing. You are the king, she serves the king. You are in servitude to God. You have to understand. Also, I just want, in regards to what you're talking about, I want you men to understand that if you have your ducks in a row, if you have leveled up in life, you've done the working out, you got yourself the money, you built yourself what you need to build, you're working on your future, you're out there, you're doing the gift giving in the way that makes sense, you're doing the dating in the way that makes sense, you're leveling up the girl in the time, in the frame that you met her in the way that makes sense. You do not need to do more than that. If she does not like you for you in this updated 5-star status level, she is garbage. If she does not care, if she says something like, well, Derek didn't make me have to pay for my own nails, and you're gonna make me do da-da-da-da-da, right? If she's not listening to you, if she's comparing you to someone else, and she thinks that anything is better than the future that you're creating for her, get that woman out of your life, she's garbage. That's trash.
Definitely. And if your girl is putting you further and further behind, you shouldn't have a girl. Go be by yourself, level up. Like, if your girl has had an experience with Future, she's had one of these crazy extravagant experiences, whether a guy has bought her a $20,000 purse on the first date or done this crazy shit, and you're trying to just match this guy and he's way out of your league, and you're trying to buy her all these gifts and take her on all these trips, and you're just putting yourself further and further behind because this girl's a 10 and you're trying to impress her so much, yet you're getting in debt just to deal with the women, or you're just getting further and further behind financially. A lot of dudes are doing that. They're trying to live up to this experience or create this experience for a girl, but this girl has been taking trips to Dubai by a guy, she's been flown out of the country, and that's just not where you're at right now in your life. Like, be alone, go level up, don't be trying to impress her to where it's making your life get further and further behind, so don't be that guy. And I'll never forget this, I'm on a phone call, I'm on a sales call, and this guy, he's moving, he just bought this place and he wants to set up some internet. And I tell him, it's $100 to get it set up. I ran his credit, I'm like, it's $100 to get this set up. He's like, I don't have it, I really just don't have it right now, I'm moving. And not a shame on him, I get it, I'm not judging you, like, I get it, I'm like, okay, I get it. He's like, I just spent, $5K on moving, it's expensive. I'm like, I moved recently, I get it, I know how that is, definitely. He's like, I work from home, I just really need the internet, like, can you find a way to get it done for me? I'm like, you have to pay this $100, like, that's the only way that we can get this set up for you. I'm like, do you have anyone else's name that we can put it into? He's like, he calls his wife. He's like, my wife, we run her credit. She needs to pay $100 as well. We get her off the line. I don't want to say too much while she's on the line. I don't want to embarrass him or anything. We get her off the line. Now it's just me and him on the line. I'm like, yeah, man, you have to pay that $100 to get it set up. And I'm like, yeah, we got to do this. I mean, you work from home, so you need the internet, right? And I'm like, does your wife work from home? And he's like, my wife doesn't work. And I'm like, you can't pay $100 to get internet set up, but you're paying for your wife's lifestyle and she doesn't work? You're not in a position to be doing that. You need to get ahead first and then start paying for a girl's lifestyle and funding her lifestyle. So that just made me think, a lot of guys out there are living this way, making the girl think that they're financially stable, or making the girl think that it's something that they're not, just to impress her, but yet you're getting further and further behind by just trying to impress the woman, but you're making it look good. You might drive a nice car, or you might take her on these nice dinner dates, but really you're going in debt for her, or you're just putting yourself further and further behind. So if you're a guy out there who's living this type of lifestyle, that's not the way to go just for a woman. You're getting further and further behind, and it's just not worth it, because the ultimate goal is to get ahead. So don't be like lying to yourself or just living this fake lifestyle just to have a girl live this luxury lifestyle and impress her, because it's just not worth it. You're only putting yourself further and further behind. And the goal here is to get ahead.
Bro,
so, yeah.
Preach it. You guys gotta understand the basic principles of life. You give a girl a sperm, she gives you back a child. You give a girl food, she gives you back a meal. You give a girl a home, she gives you back a house. If a woman cannot multiply to you, she is not for you. If a woman can't add value to your life, if you can't employ, if you can't work with, if you can't put your woman to work, if you can't say, honey, no, we're not going movies and shopping today. We're doing work today. And you work for daddy, you work for me. If you can't say that to her, you don't have a team. And if you want to know more about having a team, you're going to have to tune in with me and Producer Billy on the Dream Team, man. I'm just saying. That being said, welcome to the 5-Star Universe. Me and Tez are expanding out here, and it feels really good. If you guys want to get involved with that, make sure you're subscribed to us on all of our platforms. And we're about to play you guys another video. Producer Billy, if you don't mind, video number 3.
And one more thing for the guys
is
too,
getting mad that he likes.
And real quick. And I've been there before. Like, if you're a guy out there who's trying to press a woman and live this luxury lifestyle, like, I've been there. I've done this. I'm not coming from a position of like looking down on you or like thinking of you less. But it's just, that's not gonna get you anywhere. So you just need to be wary of this and keep it in mind that it's not worth impressing a woman when you're not getting ahead in life, and it's just not worth it. So
it's not. And to add to what Tess is saying real quick before we go to the next video, it's about having that abundance mindset, bro. If you don't understand that women are abundant, there's more women on earth than there are men. You need the woman to fall in line with what you're saying, and that's all. We do not give a fuck about your experience, your career, your being a doctor, a lawyer, none of it. You just need to bring some tits, bring some ass, be very happy, be fit, feminine, and friendly, and do what you're told. That's it. Men have to completely adhere to reality all the time. We still have to pay the light bill no matter what. We still have to show up no matter what. We still have to provide them money no matter what. We still have to be really solving problems in real life, in reality, no matter what. But a woman can go and be a police officer because her brain is filled with delusions. I want you to understand, me and Tez both have dealt with many women in this world. And in having experiences with extraordinary amounts of women, you will take L's. Guess what? I'm not fucking special. I take L's with women too. It happens. If you're gonna be in the game, you will get your motherfucking W's, but you also take some L's, and that's just what it is to be in the world of girls, man. We're giving you the sauce to understand that they must comply to your program, they must follow your strategy, or there is nothing. It's your way or the highway all the way through. There is no other way to play the game, and we're giving you that betting system now. That being said, Producer Billy, go ahead and play the next clip for us.
Girl Math is getting mad that he likes other girls' pictures, but then posting thirst traps on your page.
Yeah, but most likely she's posting it for him. You know what I mean? Like, she's probably posting it
No,
for him.
she is not. If she's posting them on her public feed, it's for him. You know damn well she's not.
If she's clocking that he's liking these types of pictures,
Then why isn't she just sending them to him?
because she's trying to see if he likes her posts as well. She's trying to post the exact same pictures that he's liking, thinking that's what he likes.
Yeah, that's why she's doing it.
Maybe that's one of the reasons. I'm just trying to...
You know, you're a girl's girl and you're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I love that. But nah, she's posting them for attention and not one man's attention. The masses.
Get back at him like, cool, you want to like these pictures? Watch 1,000 guys like my picture.
That's exactly why she's doing it. Girl Math.
Okay. Before I make Billy go to Rumble so I could start cursing up a storm because of how this video makes me want to be, I'll let you take the floor, my boy.
Yeah, anytime I hear girl math, I just stop listening. Like, that's just the reality. Like, what the fuck is, what's it, girl math? But yeah, I mean, the girl seemed like the girl that had on the jean jacket, like she was telling the truth and the other girl wasn't. But men and women aren't the same. But anytime you hear girl math, just stop. Just stop. Just turn off your brain. Like, what does that even? That's
very true. And listen, I go through this a lot. I hate hearing girls talk. I cannot stand hearing women talk at all. In fact, one of the virtues that we teach you guys to look for in a woman is sex, silence, and sandwiches, right? Silence is important. Like I showed you guys before, or as I said before, I was literally on that podcast. I'm sitting next to this blonde lady. She starts talking, and her talking was so she should have shut up. Her talking was so annoying and so irritating. You could literally see me not care. You could literally see me, and you can see not even me. It's my natural masculinity. You can see my natural masculinity start tuning her out. Because 99% of the time when women talk, unless she's talking about you, your future, what she needs to do for you, or completely centered around you and you alone, as your life is as your life is built to attract her into it. If she's talking about anything other than that, you don't care. And that is a real reality. So if you are a woman and you're listening, shut the frig up, right? You need to be quiet and beg for the commands of your man and follow the commands of your man. That's the only way you're gonna win. Now, in regards to this video, the girl math video, oh God, I gotta break down a lot of things for you. As I have told you guys before, women are, well, is there a nice way to say imbecile? Is there a nice way to say completely retarded? Is there a nice way to say dumber than the IQ of shit thrown out of a bag and set on fire for someone to knock on your door and run away? Because women operate in a world that's more delusional and dumb than that. Women in today's world, let me break down some experiences here, right? I myself have gone through this experience, right? As a man, when you have the application Instagram, if you're a normal guy, nothing on that app really matters to you. It has a button. It has a button that you tap. If you tap it, it doesn't mean anything to you, right? It literally means nothing to like a girl's post or a video game's post or any post. It doesn't mean anything to you as a man when you tap the like button on a post. But the lower intellectual form of a female, she cares about that shit. Now let's talk about reality. Oh God, here we go again. Reality for men is different than reality for women. Women can delude themselves into believing anything. And when I tell you a woman can delude herself into believing anything, a woman can really and truly, for sure, delude herself into believing anything, while you need to adhere to the rules and principles of reality in your real life. Now, one of the many delusions that women have fallen into is that they actually and truly believe Instagram is reality. Let's talk about that real quick, right? You ever see a woman who was an Instagrammer try to do TikTok, and then instead of posting anything of any mere talent, it's usually a silent video where she's doing some trivial, meaningless thing? The reason that she has all these followers on her Instagram and all these likes and all this attention on her Instagram, but then when she has to make content that involves her mouth talking, her mouth speaking, she is uninteresting, and she can say nothing and she can do nothing because she is nothing and she has no freaking talent. Because talent takes time to procure. And if you haven't spent time being entertaining or spent time saying something of value, by the time you get in front of a camera, you're confused at what to do because you have no talent other than your beauty. Now, a woman who bases her life on the superficiality of beauty thinks that when a man taps like on her photos, it means she's special. You're not special. She thinks it means she's important. You're not important. She thinks it means that she means something. You mean nothing. She thinks she's worth something when in fact she's more and more worthless with every single like. Men do not like women to have Instagrams at all based on these principles. A man would much rather fall in love with a woman that has no social media, no Instagram account, and is not followed by anybody, and is his and his alone. You women do not adhere to reality at all. Before I go any further, Tess, what do you think about this stuff?
Definitely, and a lot of that is men's fault because they want to have sex with them. If a girl says 1 + 1 is 3 and a guy just wants to get laid, he's going to agree with her. So women are shielded from reality a lot of times because men just lie to them just to get sex. So a lot of that is our fault of why these women are delusional. It's because they're being lied to because guys want to have sex with them. And then another thing for women, some advice for women, is that a woman might hear this and be like, these guys just hate women, these incels, these incels, red pill guys, they just misogynist, they hate women. But if you're a woman and you listen to this, for the 10% of women that listen to this, or small percentage of women that do listen to this will actually help you be more attractive to men and get what you want, and not be one of those girls who you meet a guy and you're like, I want a purse, I want a bag, I want you to take me here, take me there. That's exactly how you don't get what you want as a woman. If you want to get what you want from men as a woman, be quiet, don't ask for anything, and then all of a sudden you start getting everything. The women who don't ask for anything and they just be women, those are the ones men who you want to give stuff to, who you want to do for. When they're quiet, they're just there, they're kind of just having a good time. But the women that just want to ask for stuff, want to go on these extravagant dates, do this stuff, and they want to ask for, as men, it makes us not want to give you anything. So as a woman, this could actually help you. And then if you're a woman and you're in a room, let's say there's 10 people in a room, 5 of them are women, and 4 of those women are just talking up a storm all day, every day, or all night, and they're just talking, being loud. And there's 4 or 5 successful guys in there, but one of the girls in there she's just quiet. She doesn't say anything. She's just to herself, just quiet, not needing any attention. Guys, they're gonna want to talk to that girl. That's the interesting girl, is the one who's not saying anything, the quiet one who's not looking for attention. That's the one who guys want to talk to. So it's interesting how that works. And a girl will hear this and say, you just want a girl that's beneath you and stupid and dumb. It's like, yeah, even if that is the case, which it might be the case, that's gonna get you what you want from a man. So a lot of this advice, it sounds crazy, terrible, misogynistic, hateful to women, but in reality, this is how you get what you want from a man, is by not asking for it, just being feminine, being a woman, and we want to give it to you. Not being loud, because men want to talk to the girls who are not loud, who are quiet. If Andrew Tate says this, you're the girl who's in the club twerking, shaking her ass, that's the one that we don't want to talk to. We want to talk to the one who's in the corner acting shy, even if she's a hoe. Just the impression or the idea of her being shy and fucking quiet and submissive, and it's just more attractive to us. So just want to throw that out there, because it's like, it's easy to hear this as a girl and just brush it off and just think of this kind of information, this incel information. But in reality, it can help you. So that's just what I was thinking about. Throw that little piece of information out there for them, because that'll help you as a girl. And for guys, I mean, girls are delusional because we just want to fuck them. We want to have sex with them. So what do they say? Men lie, men like what they see, women like what they hear. So it's like men are just gonna lie and tell women what they want to hear. So that's another reason why you don't take advice from women, is because they're shielded from reality. Because men, we not only protect them from reality, but we shield the reality from them because we want to have sex with them. So that's the reality. That's why you don't take advice from them, because they're living in a completely different reality, and it's not a real reality because we've created that way for them. So if you're a man and you're okay with being led by a woman, I've said this before on the podcast, be aware that you're being led by someone who not only doesn't know what reality is, but they're not held to the same standard as you. So if something goes wrong, you're going to be the one to blame, and that person's not going to take responsibility of it because they're shielded from reality their whole life. So they get the privilege of being able to behave like a man and lead and do all this stuff, but the moment stuff goes wrong, that's when they're going to see their real feminine female nature, and they're going to start to not want to take blame and accountability for it, and they're going to push it somewhere else, which we're not going to sit here and complain about it, but that's the reality of it. So you have to be aware, and that's why you don't follow women, because we're living 2 completely different realities, and they are protected from reality. They are shielded from reality. while we have to deal with the reality. If you're a fat fuck loser as a man, people are gonna let you know. They're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna take you serious because you're a loser. If you're a fat woman, as a fat woman, grown woman, I love your curves, girl. You go, girl. They can't handle you. You're a strong, independent woman. They're just insecure. You see, that's two completely different realities, because there's a lot of guys who take this advice from women thinking that they're doing the right thing, but it's not the way to go, because next thing you know, you're gonna look up and you're not gonna be where you wanna be because you decided to let a woman lead you because you were thinking you were doing the right thing just to get sex. So be aware of that as well. So women are delusional because of men, and if you want them to stop being delusional, if we want them to stop being delusional as men, we have to hold them accountable, and so they behave the way that we want them to behave. Because ultimately, as men, we are a mirror of women behaving. So when these women out here behave the way that they do, it's because of the men. When a woman is out here entitled, saying whatever she wants, demanding whatever she wants, why is that? Because some man, some simp out there put up with it. He bought her whatever she wants. He let her walk all over him. He let her do whatever she wants. And now she's entitled and she thinks the world owes her something. And a lot of times we look at her like she's a terrible person. Look at her, this entitled woman. But it is because a man accepted that behavior from her. So as men, we need to demand more from women and from ourselves and women so we can get what we want. Because it's easy to say women are this and that and they're toxic, or they're all about themselves, they don't care, they just want too much. But why is that? It's because men are tolerating this. So we need to take the ownership of this, put it back on us. And I'm not saying it's all us, it's them as well, but it comes down to us as men. We need to do better so we can demand better from women and from ourselves. That's what it comes down to.
Hey Tez, do we like or prefer, or are we attracted to educated women?
I don't care about educated women.
Woo! Yeah! That is what the fuck I'm talking about, son! We don't give a fuck about your education! I can't even curse! We don't care! We literally don't care! If you are a girl and you're out here thinking that we're attracted to you based on your education, your PhD, your career, or what you've accomplished, or what you've experienced, we actually don't give a France! Tez, bruv, but for whatever reason, we're dealing with a generation of women that can actually live in their own delusion. A woman can create an ideology and then believe the ideology and then live in the ideology all her life. Bro, what's some things that women stereotypically believe in that just is not reality?
There's a lot, bro. There's a lot, and it is, and it really it comes back to men. We allow them to be delusional as fuck. A man will sit there and go along with this girl, this delusional line, keep going and going deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole, this delusion, just to get sex. And she's thinking like, he really believes this like I do? He believes this? He's agreeing with me, so he believes this. Maybe in the back of their head they know that you're agreeing with them just so you can get sex, but maybe they're just like, I'm gonna just think he actually is being serious and he doesn't want sex, so I'm gonna just actually believe that he thinks this. So they're like, oh shit, well, if I'm saying this and he's agreeing with me and he believes this must be real, this must be true. So they're getting further and further in delusional land because they think that their reassurance that they're getting from men is actually real reassurance.
Yeah, oh god.
Imagine if you're a fat dude out of shape and you're talking to a girl and you ask her, how do you look? She says, I love that, it's sexy, like you look good, like you're you look good. And you're gonna be like, and she ends up having sex with you too. You're gonna be like, oh, you know what? Even though I'm over 50, 100, 200 pounds, maybe I do look good. These girls are having sex with me. They keep telling me I'm looking good. You know what? I'm 300 pounds. I look fucking good. I look good. These girls are telling me I look good, and they're having sex with me? Why wouldn't I believe that I look good? I'm 300 pounds. These girls wouldn't be having sex with me if I didn't look good. That is the world that girls are living in. They're overweight. They behave like shit. They behave crazy. And dudes are like, no, you're fine. I mean, those dudes can't handle you, but I can handle you. And the dude ends up having sex with her. She's like, you know what? He's right. Those dudes are just weak. I'm fine. So their bad decisions get reinforced by men, which puts them further and further in delusional land. So then we come down to the final question. As men, is it worth it? Is it worth getting sex to where we make them more and more delusional, but at the end of the day, we get sex? That's the question that you have to ask yourself as a man. What do you prefer?
So
it's no for me, but to each his own. I don't look down on anyone who says anything else, but that's what it is.
Facts, my boy. And no, I appreciate you telling them that. And I have an example of one thing over here, and the reason I'm asking you this is because I need like an unbiased example.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Tell me.
So I'm gonna use the educated one in this example as to the delusions of women. But like, what is something that, like, if you're watching a panel show and the girls are talking, give me an example of something that all the girls believe in or participate in or are like akin to, so I can take this example and run with it.
Okay, like dealing with men, like for example, a girl that goes out or she's loud and a guy doesn't want to hear any of that, they're gonna say that guy's insecure, or they're gonna say he can't handle you. Let's see here, if a guy has any standards on a girl, they're gonna say he's insecure or toxic. So like, if a girl is, if a guy says a girl's fat or he's just a loser, he doesn't have sex, or what are some other stuff that girls will agree on?
Like a mentality that they all subscribe to, or something that they're all lost in, or something that they all participate in. The workforce, like if a guy he just wants to control you. He doesn't want you to work because he wants to control you, or he wants to have autonomy over you. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go in on Tez's points and my points here too, right? So let's say that you are a woman and you have deluded yourself with the fact that you think that men are attracted to an educated woman. We don't give a F if you're educated. We give a shit about if you have tits, a mouth, an ass, and you shut up and do what we tell you to do. That's what we care about. Sex silences and sandwiches is what we care about, right? If you are a woman and you think that we care if you went to Harvard, if you think that we care if you have an MBA, a master's degree, a PhD, you are beyond delusion. And watch the math of this formula and how it works every single time. We go up to you and we say, hey, I don't care if you're educated. I would date a girl who works at McDonald's who's 18 years old and doesn't have a dime to her name. Women date up, men date down. She can be broke as long as she's pretty and she's willing to subscribe to my program and adhere to me, and I can give her a beautiful and romantic life. I'm bringing her into my world. That is not a problem. Now let's say that you're an older woman and you think that, by the time that you're age 24, 25, you think to yourself, no, I need to have a job, a career, a car, and a home for a man to be attracted to me. You're in delusion. And this is usually how it works out. We walk up to the girl and she says, hi, you say hi, and then she says, you say to her, look, I'm not really too concerned about your education. I don't care about your education. That actually isn't attractive. She'll go, no, that's wrong. It is attractive for me to have an education. I know men who tell me that they're attracted to my education. I know them right now. They only like me for this. And then she's literally been lied to her whole life about that, to the point where she thinks that this is reality. So you see, women, they can't really differentiate when men are lying to them, which is like 100% of the time, for sex. If you're a girl, I want you to know that if you've walked by a man, he's thought about having sex with every single girl that his eyeballs have seen that day. I must have thought about having sex with 25,000 girls in the last hour. This is the world that we live in. Men are lying to you, ladies. It does not matter who the man is. It does not matter how old the man is. It does not matter where the man is from. If by virtue of him having an XY chromosome, he has the XY chromosome, he's thinking about having sex with you, and he does not care about your education at all. Let's do this again with the insecure example that Tess was saying. If you are a woman and you come up to a man and you say, and the man says to you, well, you know, I really don't care too much about, what was the insecure thing? Was it a controlling thing?
Yeah, controlling, like he doesn't want me to go out on girls trips,
Right.
He doesn't want me to do stuff.
Okay, so that, right? If you say to the girl, hey, you know, I understand that literally you might have dated a guy who thinks it's so cool for you to go and hang out with the girls and go out on a girls' night. I'm letting you know that I'm actually not in support of that. That's not attractive to me, because it's not attractive to have a woman that's empowered and strong and single. And she goes, no, I know so many women that would disagree with that, and so many men that like that. I've heard this before. It must be true. She validates herself through the experiences of other people because her brain is full of delusion. I literally call this I don't know if I can use this word. Let's substitute the word for a woman that sells herself for sex. Let's substitute that for 304. This is the 304 brain taking over, right? There's so much 304ness in her brain that she needs to say the words of validating her stupid experiences through other people. Let's test this again. You go up to a woman and you say, I'm actually not really attracted to your career or anything that you've ever done in your life ever outside of me, ever. I do not care what you've done with your career. Your career means nothing. She'll go, no, I've talked to men that really like a strong, independent woman, and they like my career, and they're attracted to me because they think that that is challenging, and I get to challenge them, and I have so much status and so much money now. Look, I can call Fred and Tony and Jack and Sam and Todd, and they'll all validate what I'm saying. And this is literally you. You're the first person in her life to tell her the truth. Because you might be coming from a genuine place because, you know, for whatever reason, you take an interest in that woman and you feel that you need to let her know the truth now. Because telling her the truth is a sign of honor, it's a sign of respect, it's a sign of endearment. It's a sign of you actually showing like a sensitivity to her or a care for her because you want to bring her in. And in telling her the truth, we live in a world that's so inverted with so many lies that this woman hearing this and rejecting you because of what she's hearing for the first time, it shows that she's wired with the 304 brain so ass backwards. It's going to be a lot of unprogramming and deprogramming and retraining for you, which is why we tell you guys that the 18-year-old to 24-year-old version, the blank slate, the one of no experiences, is the easiest for you to go. And not necessarily easiest in the West, but it is the most like vetting-wise palpable for you to have a clean slate of an experience. Because even if the 18-year-old, all right, I'll give you two examples right here, right? 18-year-old virgin that wants a relationship, 18-year-old virgin that wants TikTok attention. These are two very different people, right? They both follow the same prerequisite, but it's about the mentality. If one is being raised to enjoy a relationship, this is best for you. If one is being raised to enjoy attention and then doesn't do anything with that, it's a worthless woman. Because again, like I said at the beginning of the episode, a woman's value can only ever be assigned by you. You got to understand that these women go and have sex with tons and tons and tons of men. Then they go run to God and call themselves a Christian, and they've been refound and reordained and rebeautified, and they say, I cannot be judged. I am a woman of the Lord. And then you say, oh no, bitch. You absolutely can be judged because God doesn't need to have sex with you. I do. Understand that key difference, right? So you have to understand that in the education example that I gave, in the insecure example that I gave, and in the career example that I gave, a woman can literally create delusions and live in the delusions. She can create a reality and live in the reality, which usually looks something along the lines of, like, you know, you gotta understand, a woman in the Bible, she's a cursed being, she gets pain in childbirth, her opinion runs contrary to the man, blah, blah, blah. Then she says something like, I don't care about you not caring about my education or my insecurity or my career. I'm gonna die alone with cats. I don't care if the man doesn't do what I want to do. I'm gonna go be single anyway. I'm gonna withdraw my sex, which is only what you are for. I'm gonna withdraw this thing that makes me beautiful in me, which is what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna take this thing away and keep it for myself. Yo, pitch me up, Billy. Pitch me up.
I'm gonna take away all the sex. I'm gonna make sure that you don't have it, even though I have to give it. And I'm gonna go die alone with my kitty cats. And you can't have no pussy, even though my prime purpose is giving you pussy. This is what I exist for. I'm supposed to lie on my back and suck dick. I'm here for this one thing, but I'm gonna withdraw that because I live in my own delusional world where I can do, say, and think whatever the fuck I want with no restraints. Because men let me do this, and I'm gonna take advantage of this. You see how, alright, man, pitch me up.
You see how stupid she sounds? You see how absolutely dumb? Bro, you know what? I have this video right here. I'm gonna play this video right here, right now. I want to put in effect for you guys how dumb and unintelligent and how low a woman's IQ is. This is a clip of Ice-T in a conversation with a man. This is exactly what you women sound like to us. You sound exactly like this.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
That is exactly how dumb you women sound to us. If it's in the context of dating, if it's anything outside of this relationship where you're adhering to the man, following the man, listening to the man, being on the man's program, giving your sexuality to the man, foregoing your past, or not even having one for the man, anything outside of that sounds this ludicrous and this dumb. And this is why you can never listen to a woman, you can never be led by a woman, you can never experience a woman's ideology, and if she tries to give you her ideology, this is why when you hear it, you instantly can't. It's like if you're masculine, it's not even rejected, it just doesn't exist. Because it has to be reality. And that's why you men need to have your masculine conversation with your bros, and you need to have your relationship conversations with your women. And these two things take place in very different ways. So before we go on to the next video, my boy, anything you got to say about that?
Yeah, good shit. And it all comes down to, way to put it here is, men deal with women for replication value, women deal with men for survival value or traits. So when, as a woman, if you hear a guy say he doesn't care about your education, he doesn't care about your work, because he's not dealing with you for survival. You're dealing with him for survival. He's dealing with you for replication. Are you young? Are you fertile? Can you have his children? So a lot of times with women, you hear a guy, he doesn't care about where you work. He doesn't care about how much money you make. He doesn't care about where you went to school. That is because that's due to he's not dealing with you for survival reasons. He's simply dealing with you for procreation and replication value to have his children and have his seed. So a woman will hear that and say, this guy's insecure because he doesn't want me to work or he cares about my job. It's not that. He doesn't care because he's not dealing with you for the same reasons why you're dealing with him. He's dealing with you to have children, to have healthy kids. That's why men want women that are young and fertile. So women, what is it? What Myron says, attraction's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical, right? It's not the same. Just because as a woman, you want a guy that is strong or makes a lot of money who works, that's not what he wants, because you're dealing with him for your survival. He's not dealing with you for his survival. He can survive just fine without you, without you having to work or without you paying the bills, because we're dealing with each other for two completely different reasons. And that's another reason why I think that looks maxing is gay.
Yeah.
Part of it, part of it is like, I get it, okay, keep a haircut, keep yourself clean and a little sharp, but overdoing it, it's gay to me. And the reason for that is because it's due to, you're not a woman. We care about how women look. We want them to be well kept. We want their hair to be done. We want them to have, whether you are a guy who wants them to have makeup on or not makeup, you want them to look good, have their toes and nails done. But when you're a guy and you care about how you look all the time, then you're behaving like a woman because you're assuming that attraction is the same. A guy who's kind of like halfway attractive, but he's all the way on his shit, he's leveling up, versus a guy who's attractive, who's a 10 out of 10 Chad or Tyrone or whatever, but he fucking stays with his mom. The guy who's on his shit is gonna be more attractive long term to the girl because he has more survival traits that will protect and provide for her. So a lot of guys who do this looks maxing shit is gay because you're assuming that a girl is only pretty much worried about your looks the same way that you're only concerned about her looks. No, she's dealing with you for survival reasons. That's why Jeff Bezos can pull a badder bitch than some dude who's a fucking Chad, a model who could barely pay the bills or whatnot. A lot of times, long term. I'm not saying, of course, some girls are still going to be attractive. They may still fuck a dude. But it's the whole point of me getting at is that attraction is completely different between men and women. Men deal with women for replication value. Women deal with men for survival value. So a lot of men, when you're mad because you don't have a job and a woman doesn't want to love you, that's because your survival value is low as fuck. How are you going to protect and provide for her? Just because you look good or you are cool, a lot of times that's just not enough because she's dealing with you for survival reasons. Are you strong? Can he fight? Is he willing to off someone? Can he protect me? Can he financially make my future secure? Those are survival. That's survival value. And on the other foot, women, we don't care about your job. We don't care about your education. We don't care about none of that because those are survival traits, and we're not dealing with you for survival. We're simply dealing with you for replication, having my kids. And a lot of times, men and women, they make the false assumption of thinking that what I want is what this person wants. As a woman, you want a man who's strong and makes a lot of money, but we don't want that from a woman as a man. And that's where a lot of people go wrong in thinking that. So a guy's not insecure for not wanting any of this from you as a woman because he's dealing with you for completely different reasons. We are dealing with each other for completely different reasons, and that's why everyone's confused and they're mad at each other because I believe they're not understanding that we are not the same. We're dealing with two different mating strategies. It's survival versus replication value, which are two completely different things. And just to sum it up and break it down here again, survival traits are providing, making money, protection, being strong, being willing to off someone, smoke someone. Those are survival. Creating resources, those are survival. Replication value, which is what women, what makes women more attractive to men, is she young? Can she have children? Is she not a hoe? Those are all replication value. So just to break it down, why I believe a lot of people are just confused.
I think you dropped a mic on that one, bro. Like, the fucking banger bars up in this, you know. And just to like close out Tez's points there on the topic of looks maxing thing, I want you guys to understand that like that mentality, based on what I've seen from it, is coming from such a superficial place that the pendulum has swung too far to an extreme that is of no reward. You can reap nothing of benefit. If it is that you find yourself needing to have an aura that is the largest of the largest. And you need to have a face that is so symmetrical. And you need to be able to attract a woman based on your physical appearance, and that's all that matters to her at the end of the day. You've lost yourself in such a superficial, nip-tuck, surface level game that you're literally jumping head first into a game of demoralization, which is something that I've been trying to combat with you guys for a long time now. I'd much rather have you focus on substance, principles, characters, strategy, spirituality, God, and things that reap the reward of a greater benefit than to get stuck in the life of how you look, or for the ladies, what purse that you have been able to have a man buy for you because you think that love is in a man's ability to purchase you something. Both of you in this scenario, looks maxers and women that are out here extracting resources from men in a really mischaracterized, evil way, you're both idiots. You're both imbeciles. I hope neither one of you procreates. Please don't do it. I do not think you should have babies. You dropped the mic on that one for real, bro. We do deal with each other for way different reasons, you know? And remember, like Tez was saying, women get to be women at the end of the day. Never seek leadership in a woman. We don't want you strong. We don't want you independent. We don't want you making your own money, all that stuff. Because we would much rather have you be dependent, weak, docile, and needing a man. Finding reasons to qualify to the fact as to why you need a man, not why you don't. We really don't care. We've been fatigued out of it. We don't care what we don't want. Now, on to the next video here. I'm gonna go ahead and let producer Billy play video number 4 in this beach.
In Japan, let's say you're married and you go to the soap land and have sex with someone there. It's not considered cheating?
You're not gonna use my money?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's okay. Because they are very professional. And you go for just like a, let it go, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's all it is. Sometimes you just have to let go. You know?
For us, it's like a cheating is more like a feeling.
Yeah. Oh my God.
A professional girl will never let you.
Can you start a class in the U.S.? Can you start a course?
What?
Start a course, yeah.
She needs to spread this wisdom to like other people.
I think you should just move to Japan.
No, I can't.
All right. So what I'll start off by saying in this video is that in Japan or Asian countries, the women are raised with intelligence. Whereas unfortunately in our country, if you go all the way back to the times of Homer Simpson, then what they'll do is they'll fulfill this propaganda. They'll push propaganda all over the country, and they'll create men to be dumber and the women to be dumber by virtue of such, because if the men are dumb, the women have no men to be led by. And we have a very, very dumb culture. You see, society and education changes everything. One of the tenements and pillars as to why Maintez started this podcast in the first place, to give you the education that you need to have a very good structured relationship. Sex for men is very different than sex for women. Now, before I go into the very, very detailed basics of this video, what you got for me, big dog?
Yeah, with that video, yeah, Asia is just a different, that's a different world when it comes to that. So, yeah, they live a whole completely different culture, and yeah, it's just so, yeah. And then when I think about because I know there's a lot of feminine women in Asia and whatnot, when it comes to really feminine women, as a man, you actually have to be more wary of those women too, because those are they're dangerous too. It's like you're way too you're too good at this. No, I gotta this is there's some women that I've been around or dealt with or whatever, to where I'm
seductive, boy.
Yeah. I'm this is nah, I could see you making a guy just go absolutely crazy, or just a guy who doesn't get it, he will lose his mind. And yeah, so as a man, when you do come across really super feminine women or women who just do all the right stuff, you have to be like pay extra close attention and be even more wary of them and keep an eye on them, because it's like they will put you right to sleep, and by the time she wakes your ass up, you are just, she wiped you clean and it's just too late. Like the game is already over. That's how cold.
That's a cruel world.
That's how cold, and it's like they're gonna come across as like really good and everything's great, perfect. She does everything you want, and it's like you would have never expected it from her. It's like the good quiet girl. It's like, wow, she just rinsed you all the way dry, and you didn't even, by the time she was done with you didn't even know it. The game was over, and you just woke up and the game was over. The game's over. It's the fourth quarter. The scoreboard is zeroed out. The clock's ran out, and she just clean. She just cleaned you. That's how cold she was. So when I see like this video in the Asia and all this stuff, I think of like some women that are just cold and just so good at this game, and they will just put you right to sleep, and by the time if you wake up, you're done. It's over with. So keep an extra close, even on the super feminine women. Keep a closer eye on them, because they're the ones who are gonna knock you out. And you not only did you see the punch coming, she didn't even throw a punch. She did it like she mentally just got you. Like she didn't even physically throw a punch to knock you out. She was just playing the psychology game on you, and it was just so deep that you didn't even stand a chance. So keep a close eye on those women too, because a lot of guys, you might not even understand what I'm saying. You might not even get it, because you're just either not there yet or you haven't dealt with a woman like this. But there's some cold ass women out there that they know how to play the game smoother than you would ever even imagine. So I just think about that when I watch that video, because I've seen some women, I'm like, fuck, if I didn't know certain shit, I would be done for. It would be over for me, because you're just that cold. So that's just the reality of it.
There it is. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown, right? First and foremost, the deeper that you get into your masculinity, sex with multiple women at the same time is good, it is great, it is beautiful, it is something that God blesses. It is something that God blesses in the Bible, and if you get really deep into your masculinity, it is your birthright. That being said, I'm gonna break this video down for you guys all the way. If you wanna know more about that, go and check out me and producer Billy on that Dream Team. We'll give you guys a really good breakdown with a lot of extra sauce. The first thing that I want to say about this video is that I'm pretty sure that they said that the men are paying for sex. All right, look, over here at 5-Star, we want you to understand, no matter what you do, no matter how you do it, no matter what you think, no matter what ideology you've adopted, no matter what dude you've heard talking, no matter who your influence is, no matter who you're around, no matter what work life that you're in, no matter what pack of dogs you got in your life, never, and I mean never, pay for sex in any way whatsoever. Ever. That is prostitution. Do not play with it. Do not dabble in it. It is wrong. In the long and short of it, that will actually cause you to hate women. That will cause you to destroy your soul. That will cause you to become black pill, and that's not an area we want you going ever. We want you loving. We want you romantic. We want you to have a great experience, and you're never going to get there by paying for sex. Now, the other side of this video is the education in the women. Holy ish. With that mentality, this is the mentality that can propagate a society. This is a mentality where men's sexuality is celebrated the way that it should be. A woman's sexuality should never be celebrated ever. Men's sexuality could literally birth societies. Men's sexualities create realities. There's a video that I'll play for you guys where there is one man and he had like, I think 17 or 20 wives or whatever, and in the video you see very quickly he has like 100 different kids, and in doing that he started taking his family and building them a village, and just abundance galore comes from one man's seed. That is the way that you move through this reality. That is the way that you move through the firmament. That is the way that you move through life. That is the way that you achieve abundance. Now, the reason that we're playing you this video is because you have to understand that in America, we have a mentality ideology war, where a man thinks that he's nothing, a man thinks that he's sexually deserving of nothing, a man thinks that he is of no abundance. A woman who actually is nothing, who has been overly sexualized and has had too much sex, comes to a point in her life where maybe she hit the wall, or maybe she just, because her friends are doing the wedding thing, she thinks that it's time for her to get married, and she demands monogamy and traditionalness from a man, even though she does not deserve it. And not only does she think that, but she thinks that she deserves all the attention on her. The world is about her. The world revolves around her. Everything is about her. Everything is about her happiness. Women, I want all of the women on earth to know, fuck your happiness. Your happiness does not matter. The only thing that will ever matter is your beautifulness. Fuck your happiness. It is irrelevant. And then in this ideological war, what happens is that when the woman eventually corrupts the man into getting married and does the traditional thing, she has the government on her side, the court system, the law system, society in general, all the blue-pilled people will acquiesce to her way of thinking and say, you know what, there is someone better for you, even though you married this guy. Take all his money, take away his children, take away his house, bankrupt him, set him back years on his life, destroy this man. And when you destroy one man, you destroy many. And when you do destroy many men under this mindset, you have a weak country. And we are currently experiencing the ramifications of having a weak country today. In having a weak country, we have LGBTQ ideology at an all-time high, trans ideology at an all-time high, spiritual sickness at an all-time high, because there is no strong spiritual leadership from men, and there is no strong leadership from men to put reality back in check. And here on this dating podcast, the way in which you come into a mentality can strengthen or weaken a man. If you are a man, I want you to know that if you have matched, as I said earlier in this episode, every prerequisite for a woman, and she's looking for ways to weaken you or death you by 1,000 paper cuts, watch that shit and then let her go. But if she's going out of her way to strengthen you, make your life better, enhance it, speed it up, make you multiply back your abundance to you, come into your life, and adopt a mentality like this, where in the good takeaway of the video here that they're playing in Japan is that they understand that men need sex. So with that understanding, let's talk about what society is like when men understand that sex is built into their day. Men have to do hard ass work. Men have to do trucking. Men have to go out to the coal mines. Men have to go out and catch crabs in the deepness of the darkness of the ocean and hope to God that waves don't swallow them, while women never have to do any of those things. Remember, even if they went out on a boat, it's women and children off the boat first. Men are expendable. If a man has to go out to the coal mines and work his ass off, and in today's world experience a world of sexual neglect, me and Tez have just discovered that men are masturbating in computer stores while people are watching them because they've now gone off the deep end and are going crazy. But exactly the opposite of that, if you women do what Billy pitched me up for, start having sex with men, what happens is that if a man has to go work his ass off and till the field, at the end of the day he knows he's getting a blowjob, he gonna till that field even harder. He's going to be so damn happy because he knows that for all his work and all his reaping and all his toil, there is a benefit to that. And the benefit that men care about, that they only care about, that they only ever care about is the sex that they are having with you physically with your body, because that is what they want. They want to physically have sex with your physical body. You are a physical manifestation of everything that he needs. There are people selling pictures of their feet. Girls sell pictures of their feet. Because from head to toe, a woman is filled with beauty. Women have beauty from the tip of their nose to the bottom of their hair, down all the way to their knees and their feet. And men cannot do that because men are not beautiful, but women are beautiful. Women, you are everything a man wants, desires, and cares for as the opposite of himself. And when he knows that at the end of a hard day's work, he's gonna go back home and you're gonna suck his dick into oblivion with your girlfriends and your sister wives, that man is going to use all of his testosterone and push himself into abundance and work his ass harder than any man ever did ever. And you are making him better by being in your role so he can do what he has to do. That being said, I really want you girls to understand, and I really want you men to understand that you need to work your ass off to get your feminine counterpart, and you women need to really work your ass off to receive your masculine counterpart. Having sex at the end of the day is something that I want you really truly to know. Men are always thinking about this. Ethan, what you got for me, big dog?
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, we're always thinking about sex. For sure. Yeah, we're always thinking about sex. But it's not everything, but we are always thinking about it. So as a man, do not get too comfortable with sex. So I'll say that. Just don't get too comfortable and let that lose your edge. And yeah, so don't let that. But yeah, that's what you want as a man. And not ultimately for women, just don't be annoying. That's the main thing. Don't be annoying. Just be quiet. And that's like the main thing and above. Because if you're having sex and you suck my dick, but you're still annoying, it's just not. It's not gonna work. Or for guys out there, that's just what it is. But if you're a guy willing to put up with that for sex or whatnot, then that's fine. That is what it is. But that's it. Fucking whatever your preference is. But yes, guys, just sex. Don't be annoying. And that's the key thing for women. Just don't be fucking annoying. Just be quiet. So just don't be annoying. That's it. Right. That's the main thing. Don't be annoying and like sex. But we gave him some fucking heat today.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. See, sex is not the priority for a man. His legacy and his work and everything that he does is the priority. Sex is the priority for the woman to give the man. That is what it gotta be. That is what you gotta do. Ladies, that is your priority, and all good things come from you asking for nothing, and then you get all of the things that you need after that. That being said, I want you to understand, I really liked when you talked about the looks maxing thing as we're closing out the show here, because that look maxing thing is just so superficial, it makes no sense. And then also this whole Nick Fuentes being a virgin thing, as if he's doing it by some grand gesture of some absolute male-led focus, and it's something that is to be done devoted onto Catholicism. Let me go ahead and say Catholicism is not going to get you in heaven. That is some bullshit. 1. 2, there is no honor in not having sex. That's pretty gay. Go out there and start fucking. I want you guys fucking. Go out there and have sex with women faux show. There is no dignity in male virginity, and there is no such thing as male virginity. There's only men with unused dicks. You need to be out there. You need to find some girls, take them to the speakeasy, and make some love. My boy! What are we doing on 5-star?
Let's get it. We fucking out. We brought you another lit-ass fucking episode. We're going to keep bringing value. And looks maxing, that's a good topic that we're going to talk about in the future for sure. It's hot right now, so we're going to chop it up, talk about looks maxing. And one of these episodes, if not the next episode, we might bring it to you. Talk about some looks maxing, because yeah, that is gay. I have seen guys level up and they look way more attractive and better. Pause, no homo type shit. But I have seen that shit, but it's still, the overall concept of it is
mentality
gated me in a sense. So we're gonna chop it up, talk about it, and we brought you some fucking heat. 5-star live stream. We out here. High demand Tez, live for Chris live stream. Billy producer in the cut. We bring it to you live again on a Tuesday fucking night. Thanksgiving week. Let's fucking get it. We're gonna keep bringing it to you. Let's go!
Let's go!